So we were discussing we have tree. So here we are only discussing the binary tree properties. So again in binary tree, we may have in binary tree, we may have balanced binary search tree, binary search tree, or plain binary tree, or maybe heap. Okay. So we'll discuss about all this thing later. Okay. Don't worry about this. We'll cover those topic. So we'll first cover only binary tree. So we discussed like we added three more method, left, right, and sibling. Okay. So we added left, right, and sibling method in binary tree. And in binary tree, now it's time to implement this binary tree. Okay. So I am using linked list representation of binary tree. Using array also we can implement the binary tree. But now first I want to implement using linked list. Why linked list is used, I'll explain later. So let's first focus how to use the linked binary tree. Okay, how to implement the linked binary tree. So obviously this linked binary tree will be extending the abstract binary tree. Okay, so if I say it's extending the abstract binary tree, it means if I go to the abstract binary tree, if you see it is extending the abstract tree and implementing the binary tree. Okay, so it is extending the abstract tree. What does it mean by extending the abstract tree? So if I say if it is extending the abstract tree, it means this abstract tree class, okay, this abstract tree class has all the method what was defined in tree interface, right? So all the method defined in tree interface and abstract tree with class will be coming to abstract binary tree. As well as we defined one binary tree interface, right? And this binary tree interface is having three more method, and this three more method is also coming in the abstract binary tree. By it means all the method which was defined in tree, abstract tree, and binary tree is coming to the linked binary tree. Okay, and out of all those methods, few are already implemented, few I want to implement. I hope it makes sense to everyone, right? Is it okay? Yeah. Okay. So what about others? Mayur, Kapil, Shubham. Oh, is it? Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Let me explain it. Yeah, sure. Once more. Yeah, that's very needed. I'll explain using this time class diagram, so it will be more easier to understand. Okay. Yeah. So I have tree interface. That's fine. I have tree interface. This tree interface is implements. Okay. This is tree interface. Okay, wherever it is interface I represent with I. Okay, what it implements, so which class it implements, so it's abstract tree class. So this is abstract, let me write it here only, or above, that would be better. Abstract tree. Okay, so this is abstract tree and this is class. So if it is not with I, then it is class. That's fine. So what all method was there in tree? So very simple method I am writing. Size was there. Okay. Another was root was there. Parent was there. Left was there. Right was there. Okay. So we have some method, and here we added two more method. One was height and another was depth, right? And I implemented some of the method. It was what all method I implemented. I think it was size was implemented, abstract tree, is internal, is external, is root, and is empty. Okay, internal, external, root, and empty. Okay, so I'll go back. So there were few more. One was is internal, is external, is root, is empty. Okay, so this all method was declared in interface, and we implemented, this is implemented, and we implemented this one also. Is internal, is external, is empty, and is root. So this four again implemented. So total how much method we have? So 4 plus, let's say here 5. So 4 plus 5, total 9 method was there here. Okay. So 4 is implemented. This 2 is addition. So total in this abstract class, I have total 11 method. 9 is coming from up. That's fine. Now I defined one binary tree interface. Okay, I defined one binary tree interface, and I declared three methods. One is left, one is right, one is sibling. Okay, that's fine. Now I am telling this class, this interface is implemented by abstract binary tree class. Okay, so this is abstract binary tree class. Okay, what all method we are implementing in abstract binary tree class? So here I am implementing few method in abstract binary tree class. One is children, one is number of children, one is sibling. Okay, sibling, number of children, and children. Okay, three more methods. So num children. So here if you see children, num children, so I am overriding, means it is coming from somewhere. So from where it is coming? So this abstract binary tree is extending abstract tree. Okay, so it is extending the abstract. So this is extending the abstract tree and implementing. Here it is implements, here it is extends. Okay, now here some more method was there. One was children. Let me write it again. Children, num children. Okay, I'm going back. Children, num children. One is children, one is num children, and one is sibling. Okay, that's very fantastic. So here I am implementing three methods. Okay, one is children is implemented, num children is implemented, and sibling is implemented. That's cool. So sibling is coming from where? Sibling is coming from here. Num children and children is coming from where? So this 2 was declared here, but because abstract tree is implementing this tree, so here it comes and from here it is coming to here, and this sibling is coming from here. So and I am implementing this 3. Okay, now it makes sense, right? Now if I create the binary tree class, linked binary tree class, linked binary tree class, it will be implementing this one. And so it will be having 9 plus 2 is added more here, 11 plus 2 is added more here, and here 11 plus 2, 13 plus 3. Okay, 11 plus 2, 13 plus 3, so it's 16. So by default 16 method is here in this linked binary tree. Okay, suppose if I want to implement the binary search tree, I will just implement here. If I want to implement heap, I'll just implement here. So by default it is coming from here. Now if I want to implement general tree, okay, so what I'll do, I'll implement from here, so it will become general tree. Okay, now if I want to implement something new, maybe three tier tree, okay, so I can directly implement from here 3 node tree. I hope now it will make sense. Is it okay now, or any question still? In tree class, yeah, in tree class now we have 9 plus 2. Whatever number may vary, right? If you are declaring some more, then it's fine. Yeah, so the purpose of explaining all this thing was to make you understand what is the importance of abstract tree. People know Java, people understand what is interface, people understand what is abstract class, people understand what is class. Okay, but where to use abstract tree, where to use abstract class, and where to use interface, that differentiation is very important. Okay, so what is the purpose of here making this abstract tree? We can have directly implement tree also, right? Here implement binary tree, implement tree, and we can define all the method here, right? As I told you earlier. Okay, so let me go again. Now is it okay? Okay, so let me make you a very simple example. Okay, so you have 3 type of tree. Okay, you know, one is binary tree, one is binary search tree, one is heap. That's fine. So I can create 3 class. I can create 3 class. Okay, one is binary tree, one is binary search tree, one is heap. Okay, and I'll define all the method and I'll implement everything here. Is empty, height, length, or depth, is internal, is external, everything. I'm just writing it here. So maybe I have to write 20 methods. Okay. So in binary search tree, again, I have to write all this method: is empty, is internal, is external, uh, depth, height. Again, I am writing 20. Again heap, again I am writing 20. Okay. So once I am writing 20 method, I am writing the implementation of all 20 method, right? Yes, all 20 for binary tree, all 20 for binary search tree, all 20 for heap. So yes, yeah. I'm not going with my approach. I'm going with general layman approach. Okay, I have to implement binary tree. I'll directly implement the binary tree. So I have written 20 methods. Each method is taking 10 lines of code. So I written 200 line of code for this class. I have written 200 line of code for this class. I have written 200 line of code for this class. Although you are copy pasting, but your source code will become heavy, right? And each source code is taking suppose 100 KB of memory, then 100 KB of memory, then 100 KB of memory. So you are wasting how much memory? 300 KB of memory, and you are writing 600 line of code. Okay, that's cool. So what I'll suggest, why don't we take out all the common method, okay, all the common method, and I'll declare one interface, and let's declare it as, here I am declaring one interface, and interface name is binary tree interface. Okay, what all common method is there? So something like is empty, is internal, is external, is root, size. So these all are common method. Okay, make sense? Okay, so two things is there. Either we can declare all these method in interface called binary tree interface, and I'll implement it here in binary tree. So I'll write binary tree implements tree, binary tree interface, binary tree concrete class, or linked binary tree implements binary tree, binary search tree implements binary tree, heap implements binary tree. I can do that. But here I have just declared, and here I am writing the code. But anyway, you have to write the 600 line of code here, 600 line of 200 line of code here, 200 here. So number of line of code will be still 600, and memory space with 100 KB for 300, plus for interface, let's say 50 KB, so 350 KB. Okay, I just created one interface, and each object is implementing from binary tree interface. But what is the benefit? Okay, there is still one benefit, and that benefit we call it as polymorphism. So what benefit we'll have? We'll have binary tree uh, interface BT is equal to, anytime you can create object for this binary tree, binary search tree, or heap. Okay, and you can call method whatever method you want to call, and additional method can be here. So this is one benefit. And Java does not support what does what inheritance. Java does not support multiple inheritance. Java does not support because it does not have friend function, right? So we use the concept of interface. So something like binary tree interface it is implementing. Suppose some extra properties it want to implement, maybe iterable. Okay, iterable properties it want to implement. Then we can write binary tree implements binary tree interface and iterable, right? So using the interface, we are getting benefit of polymorphism, right? And multiple inheritance. Okay, multiple inheritance, polymorphism. Yeah, these two benefit I got using interface. Now I want to improve a bit more. Okay, how we can improve? So what I'll do here, I had 20 methods. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. So these are the method name. Okay, so each one is taking uh, 20 lines of code. Okay, so each one, so 20 into 5 is 100 lines of code is here, 100 lines of code is here, 100 lines of code is here. And I can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This all are same, and 6, 7, 4, 5, 8, 9 is different. Can we somehow extract? This is common thing, right? So I want to reuse the code. So in order to reuse the code, can I extract this three method and somehow I can create one common class? Okay, and I'll name that class as abstract binary tree. Okay, and in abstract binary tree, I'll write 1, 3, 1, 2, 3 code, 1, 2, 3 code. I'll write it 1, 2, 3. So here 20 into 3, 60 lines of code, but here it will be reduced. So this all three will be reduced. This all three will be reduced. This all three will be reduced. So 40 lines here, 40 lines here, 40 lines here. So 120 plus 60, 180 lines of code now I have written and achieved the same functionality. And here I'm just extending, okay, extending the abstract binary tree. I have not uses the interface till now. I'm just extending the abstract binary tree. So number of line code reduced from 300 to 180. Okay, size will also decrease. Earlier it was, let's say, 100 kb, so now it will be 40 kb, 40 kb, 40 kb, and here 60 kb, let's say. So here also it is reduced to 180 kb. So earlier it was 300 kb, now 180 kb. Number of line of code also decreased to 180. Make sense? So this is the purpose of abstract binary tree or abstract class. I created the abstract class. Okay. Now you will say, if I have already abstract class, then what is the need of interface? So the need of interface is very simple. It supports the multiple inheritance and it supports parallelly the polymorphism. Here also you can use polymorphism. So again, having the list, so having the list is only benefit it is giving is it supports multiple inheritance. Otherwise, we can manage to write all the thing using abstract class only. So this is the only benefit. If I am using interface, then this is the only benefit I am getting. Now, 6, 7, 4, 5, 8, 9 is there. Okay, that's fine. So if someone asks me, I'll do one thing. I'll write one binary tree interface. Binary tree interface. Okay, what happened, guy? If this this class, okay, this is binary tree class. After some time, want to use the feature of heap. So maybe want to use 8, 9 method. Okay, in future, if this person want to use 8, 9 method, how it can use 8, 9 method? You have to write 8, 9 again, right? You have to write 8, 9 method here also. But what if I declare all the method 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. Okay, I declare all the method 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here. I just declare it. And here I'll write for now here 4, 5 and 8, 9 is not supported in the beginning. I'll throw unsupported exception. Here 4, 5, 8, 9 is unsupported. Here 6, 6, 7, 8, 9 is unsupported. Here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is unsupported. And later, if I want to use 8, 9, I'll just override the 8, 9 method. Okay, and this common method, obviously that is always good practice. Instead of writing in concrete class, I should write in abstract class. So code reusability. I hope makes sense, right? Good Java discussion. You understand the benefit of interface. I actually give you full understanding of interface, abstract class, and concrete class. I hope it's okay with Kapil, Shubham, Mayur. So in future, you will never feel difficulty where to use interface, where to use abstract class, and where to use concrete class. So that was the main reason I implemented this class, something like this, so that once I start talking about the binary search tree, so I have already introduced the height and depth, right? So in binary search tree, I don't need to write that height and depth method again. I don't need to write the sibling method again. I don't need to write the num children method again. I don't need to write the children. And if I want to add, I'll just override it. So it's always to have that flexibility in your code. So in future, if someone asks you to add more feature of Mr. Uh, heap to binary tree, you can add it anytime, right? Yes, please. Mhm. I deleted. Okay, this diagram, yes. Before this diagram, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that is the point. Okay, that is very valid point. Now the question comes here. So 8, 9 is mandatory to implement. Okay, that's mandatory. Yeah, this method should be there in 8, 9, but you can write unsupported exception. This behavior is not supported by this binary tree. Okay, maybe so. In a car, you have BMW, you have Maruti Suzuki, and you have Ambassador. Okay, and in Ambassador, you want to switch on AC. So it's like old Ambassador. If you want to switch on AC, you won't be able to switch on AC, right? Because you can write, yeah, switch on feature is not available in this class. Okay, you can write it here. Other way around is, okay, you can write, you don't declare 6, 7, 4, 5, 8, 9 in interface. So you only declare 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you can write 6, 7 as additional feature to this, 4, 5 as additional feature to this, 8, 9 to additional feature to this. Okay, but still I see 5 is used for binary tree and 5 is used for binary search tree. Okay, but 5 is, yeah, and 5 is not used for heap. Okay, again I see one common behavior. How I can do that? Okay, I don't want to rewrite the same code again. What is the, no. So 5 is common and 5 to common both, only this. I can create one more interface. Okay, and in that interface I'll define this 5, or I can create one more abstract class, and there I'll define this to 5, and I'll directly implement this. Yeah, but here if I am implementing one binary one abstract class, so you cannot implement two abstract class together, right? So you have to, it have to have one interface. You can have multiple interface implementing some class, maybe implement multiple inheritance, but any class cannot extend multiple abstract class. Okay, make sense? Any other doubt? What about others? So you guys are aware. I'll create class diagram for this tree sometime if I get time, and I'll show you the actual ER diagram, how it is created, or class diagram, and how that class diagram is created, and I'll display. I'll show you properly, so that in future, if you are designing any data structure, you can also generate the class diagram. Okay, there are utility also based on this package structure. I can design my, I can generate my class diagram. I'll show you how can, using the same package, what all class are there and what is the linkage between all the class. So here in tree, I am using somewhere position also, right? The position class is also there, but yeah, I can use that position also, right? So that linkage is, understanding the linking between those is very important. Yeah, so let's go to the link binary tree. So now the question is how we can implement the node. We understood, yeah, what is everything. Now I have to understand what is a node. Okay, so this is the tree. This is the tree. Okay, but now I am implementing the binary tree. So here I have to think about the only binary tree, because I am implementing, concrete implementation is there in binary tree class. Okay, and this is the node. So what all is needed to store in node? Okay, I have 3 node. Okay, just tell me what all information you want to have in this node. Okay, and what all behavior. Okay, so in a class there are only 2 things. One is information, data, and another thing, its ability to do something. Okay, the node's ability to do something. Okay, I'm not implementing the binary tree here. I want to first implement the node class. What would be the structure of the node? Okay, so tell me what data I should store in this node class. So if I am declaring the node class, what all information is needed in node class? You guys tell me. Sorry, data and you need, no, I'm asking. So this node class will have some member variable and some member method, right? So what all variable you want to have in this node class? So one thing, I want to have some data, right? We call it as element, and obviously we are using the generic class. So this if I am passing at e, so this element can be anything: object, integer, float, double, anything. So I will have one element. Okay, okay. The second thing I want to know, I want to have what is the left child, what is the right child. Okay, for any node. So I want one node e left. I want right also, node e right. For parent, for this root node, there is no parent, but for this node, I want to know the parent anytime also, right? So I want parent. So for particular this case for root, parent will be null, right? And for this node, left and right will be null. For this node, left and right will be null, right? So this is my node structure. Okay, is it clear, right? Any question? Mayur, Shubham, Kapil? Okay. So this is my node structure. Now I want to implement the linked list. Okay. Tree, binary tree. Okay. So in a binary tree, I need in a linked list I have shown we have handle, and that handle is called header, right? And that header is pointing to the first. Here I'll say I have one pointer to the tree, it's called root. Okay. Now I need to design the binary tree class. Okay. I have to design the binary tree class. Okay. So to design the binary tree class, okay, first I'll have node structure that I had defined earlier. Okay, what I have shown in the previous screenshot. I got the node. Okay, I need to know the root. So root will be obviously represented by node, right? So root. So it will be null by default in the beginning if it is not created. I need to know the size. So it should be have some variable and the beginning it should have size with 0, right? So this is, so what is the variable for this binary tree? So I have two variable, okay, two member variable, root and int size, and one structure that is called a node structure. Okay, that is called inner class. This is inner class. Okay, so we have two variable for binary tree. One is node root and one is int size. If I know these two things, so that's the only two information I want to store at binary tree level. And other information, the linking between two node is stored in node inner class, right? So this inner class is having that information. That's cool. Okay, so what all very common method? So very common method is for the binary tree. If I so first I need one constructor, right? So maybe let's name it as a linked binary tree. So for the linked binary tree, I'll create one constructor and nothing is needed, right? So root I am defining null, so I'll just create one default constructor. Okay, that's fine. The first thing what you need to create if you are creating any binary tree, you need to create the root. Okay, so to create root, I have one method called create root. Okay, what you want to pass. So you will write something like this: node e root is equal to e. Here you will pass what type of element you are giving. Let's say I'm giving integer element. So I'll pass create root e e. But here I am passing integer. I'll pass, let's say 10. Okay. So this is the first place, like this is the thing you want to do. This is the first operation you want to do, right? So let me remove this one and I can write one method, and that method will be create root. Okay, and this will be taking one element. Okay, so what this create root should do, its job is to create root. Okay, so if root is having some value, okay, if root is having some value, okay, or I can check if root is equal to null, then I'll throw illegal argument exception, right? Means we already have tree structure created and you want to create the root. So this is illegal argument exception or illegal state exception. So state of the tree is illegal. You are giving the wrong thing. Okay. Otherwise, what you need to do? You you have to write what? You have to call the constructor. Constructor of what? Constructor of this node class, the node inner class. And here you will write node and what this node constructor has. Okay, so in the previous discussion, we defined, oh, sorry, it was going good. What happened? So bad. My board stopped. So in the node class, we have left, right, parent, and element. We'll have constructor also as well as getter and setter for this four variable. And all thing will be private, private, private. Okay. So here we'll have getter and setter method. Okay. How? So getter and setter, you know, and I need to have one constructor. So what is the structure of the constructor? I'll pass element, I'll pass parent, node e parent, node e left, node e right. Right? I'll pass node e parent, node e, and here I'll just initialize it. This is the constructor. This dot e equal to e, this dot parent is equal to e. So for the root, so this is the constructor. If this is the constructor, so for the root, parent will be null, left will be null, right will be null. I'll just passing the element, right? Okay, now I'm going back to my class. So this is linked binary tree. So this is the constructor, element, parent, left, right. This is dot parent I am just doing. Okay. So and getter and setter for everything. Okay, getter and setter for everything. Element, this, get parent, get left, get right, set right, set element. Now I have to create node method is there. Okay, this create node method will be taking node left, right, and element, and it will be returning new node. Okay, node of this one. As I discussed, this two member variable of the linked binary tree was there. This is the constructor. So by default, this value will be declared. So that is the default value. Now my first thing was create root. Okay, let me go to the create root method where I have create root, add root or create root. Okay, so if it is empty or root is equal to null, both condition it's fine, right? Nothing is stopping you. So you will say tree is not empty, so you cannot create root. Otherwise, you'll create node E, parent is null, left is null, right is null, and size you will increase to 1 and you will return root. So root is node, okay? But node is private class, okay? Private inner class, but position is one interface, okay? And node is implementing that position interface. So by virtue of that, we using the polymorphism, this can root that is of node type can be returned even though the return type is declared as position. And by that way, you are able to get the position object in your client. You cannot create here the position type of reference. You cannot create node type of reference here, but you can create the position type of reference. That is the benefit of using interface. That is one of the benefit of using interface as well. I hope You got it right. So using this, if I do position integer p is equal to t dot add root. So I got the position of the root node. Then I can say t dot add left. Okay, I want to add left node, but I have to pass the position. So this root node, I want to add left child for the root node. So I have to give that p, right? And then I have to give the element what I want to add. I want to add 20. So t dot add left p 20. Again, I want to do t dot add right p of 30. So now let's focus on adding left and adding right. Okay, let's go to the add left. I hope everyone is following, right? Yes, please. It's your wish, man. If you want to use, you can do. It's my way of doing. Nothing logical here. I say. Okay. In the beginning only you can create the root and return it. But there is one problem I can see. You have to store the position of that, and you can get it's fine. But I don't see any problem. You can create that way also. Not problematic at all. Okay. I just made one method for adding root. Hope it's fine, right? So I'll go to the add left. So I'll pass this position, and this position is for root, and root is having one node, and that node is having value of 3. Okay, and I want to add something called 20 to the left side. So I'll again check validate whether this position what you are passing is valid or not. You are asking me to add to the left, and the node you are passing, the position you are passing is not valid. It means you are passing me the wrong object, and you are asking me to add left side of that. But if what you are passing, it's the same, like I have tree of girls and you are passing boys, and girls have some behavior but that boys does not have, then first I need to validate whether you are passing the girls or boys. Okay, so here if you go to this node structure in the tree, this linked binary tree, so here the node structure is different, right? It has 4 variable, but if you go to the linked list, in the linked list, here the node is having 2 elements. What if, and both node is extending. Here I have not declared it as extends position for simplicity, because at that time I have not covered that topic. Maybe in the position here I have covered. Okay, so this one also is position, right? So you can get the object for this node also, and you ask to add child parent, but here parent child is not there. Here only previous and next is there, right? So you cannot do that way. To restrict that, you first need to validate, and how you can validate, you have seen in the positional list, right? So I'll first validate it. So I'll go back to add left. What happened? Yeah, so this is the validate method. Again, I'm checking P is instance of node or not. If it is instance of node, then only I can cast it. Otherwise, I cannot cast it. This will throw error. So once this is done, then I'll check node dot get parent is equal to node. So what is my one assumption? Whenever I am removing some of the element from the tree, then I am making uh, as in what I say, as a etiquette, maybe as a etiquette, uh, I just doing the parent of that node is pointing to itself. Okay, just like so that I can dereference it and it can be collected by the garbage. Okay, so that that if I am checking, then position is not part of the tree. So suppose I created the node, okay, and I created the node, but later I removed that node from that tree, and again you are passing that node and you are asking to adding left and right, then we are doing wrong thing, right? So I want to stop that part also. Oh, oh, what happened now? I'm presenting. Is it for everyone? Okay, okay. I'm just stopping and then I'll resume. One possible reason I can see is like last 3 days, Google server is in bad condition. Like it's every service is having some issue, like Gmail, Drive. So maybe Meet is also because of that. It's getting stuck sometime. Yeah, I'm not able to stop even. Maybe I'll need to restart.